Hi there guys, been a while. You know how I said I would, in January I uploaded an announcement video saying I would upload in March? Well, it's kind of April now. And I want to give you an apology, as well as gaslight you. Don't worry, I'm not actually going to gaslight you. Even though you're a total masochist. Sorry for that. Procrastination exists, and I thought, you know what? I'll do that until the 31st of March. And then I was like, oh shite, it's April. So sorry for the delay on the video, the very long delay on the video. And yeah, let's get into the build. Now this build is an extremely tanky Titania build. You do not need to worry about dying. This is the reason why I lovingly call this build the AFK tank build. Now for this build, a lot of the mods on here are optional, and a lot are not as well. Rejuvenation, that's optional. Power Drift, that's optional. Umbral Intensify, optional. Umbral Vitality, not optional. Augur Secrets, optional. Primed Continuity, optional. Primed Flow, optional. You can also use the normal versions of the Umbral and Primed mods. You get the Umbral mods from the Sacrifice quest. You also get Primed Flow and Primed Continuity from Barakatir. He randomly has different mods for different Prime mods in his current market pool. You get adaptation from arbitrations. You get rage from arbitration enemies such as Grenier. Anti-adrenaline, you get it from Cetus. You get Augur Secrets also from Cetus. Very hard mods to get. Power Drift, you get that from doing the lure vaults, not vaults, but the lure puzzle rooms. This one is specifically from the energy room, the room with the balls on the glowing balls on each end of the room that you have to fill with energy. Wow, that sounds very weird. I'm sorry that I said it like that. I should go to prison. But all in that, this build does not require you to be in Razorwing. All this build requires is that you have your second and third ability on. I will also now explain the synergy. Now, the synergy between these builds is because Tribute's Thorn version, specifically the Thorn version of Tribute, since it acts as damage redirection or damage reflection instead of damage reduction, because in the equation, the mathematical equation where it's calculated is it's outside of the zone of damage reduction. So it calculates how much damage you're taking, and it reflects that damage directly back to the enemy as damage, just direct damage, no actual element type. So it's very effective against sentience, since you're still getting healed from gloom, since it's act as direct damage, as well as the lifesteal and slight slow. We don't want too much slow, because otherwise that drain's gonna kill us. That drain is gonna be the reason why we die. Another reason why Tribute's so good on this, it has base 120 seconds of duration, and it is unaffected by negative duration or positive duration. The only reason why I have Prime Continuity or normal continuity on this build is for the drain on Gloom. You can also use Spellbind with this build, just in case you're dealing with Infested, so you don't really have to worry about too much. Now, damage redirection, the reason why it works with adaptation, it's calculated in a completely different part of the damage how much damage you're taking in the equation. Completely different part of it. So it calculates it as you still taking full damage from that damage, even though you have damage reduction or damage resistance. So it goes very well with Rage and Anti-Adrenaline. The reason why you need both is because sometimes, adaptation goes, I don't exist anymore. Which is a glitch that I found out that happens a lot actually. When you're taking too much damage, it happens a lot actually. Even when it shows it, for some reason, even when you're taking full damage to anything, it'll randomly disappear for the duration. It doesn't even reset the duration on it when you're taking damage. So that's why the reason why I have Hunter Adrenaline and Rage. So at least you can try and run away and stop the drain as you're taking damage trying to run away. So that's a little bit of a breather there for you. Now I have two versions of this build. The flight version and the version where you can just walk around. Yes, you heard me right. You can just walk around the map, taking full damage, walking around, making my way downtown, walking fast. I'm sorry for being cringe, but I just had to. But anyway, you can just walk around doing anything you want, looking for argon crystals in Steel Path Mod. Do whatever you want. This build is really viable for Steel Path since, you know, the more damage you take, the more that you stay alive. It's kind of like Hildren levels of tank. Almost. It's just more health than anything. So I'm just going to give a quick example of how quick these sentients blitz through us without the abilities activated. And with adaptation on. What, was that like 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds? That was pretty short. We got blitzed real quick. I'm just going to pause the AI so I can activate my second ability. Oh frick, I have to grab it up here. Here we go. Full energy. And now, unpause AI. I just stand here. We move, we do nothing. I don't have to worry about a single thing. A singular thing. I don't have to worry about a singular thing. Wanna play on your Shozen? Go right ahead. As you can see, I have still not dropped below 700 health. I am standing completely still, I am doing nothing. Oh, you feel like your duration's a bit too low? Use your ability on an enemy, and then it just resets, just like that. You don't have to worry. You have infinite energy, you have basically infinite health, you don't have to worry about a thing. Oh, I feel like using my spellbind? Sure, go for it. Don't have to worry about a single thing. Oh, you feel like melee attacking an enemy? Go right ahead. Do whatever you want. This is an extremely off-meta tank build, off-meta. We are not using anything meta besides Gloom. Gloom is the only thing that we're using that's meta. I'm just standing here. Standing here, Iria. What? So cringe. But as you can see, this build has stupid levels of tank. Now, what if I told you the Razor Wing version of this build is even more powerful? Yes, you heard me right. Even more powerful, so that you do not drop below 900 health. You do not drop below 900 health. Now, for this build, you need to have a lot more mods than before, a lot more specific mods. Now, for this build, for the flight version of this build, specifically for Razor Wing, you are gonna need to have completed the new wall. I'm not gonna lie. You are gonna have to have completed the new wall and the star chart completed in order to do arbitrations, so that you can get these. So what you need for this build is to change out rejuvenation for aerodynamics, because it also reduces the damage when airborne, so you can, use that. And instead of power drift, we use Boreal's Anguish, and instead of All Secrets, Boreal's Hatred. And you're gonna be probably typing there in the comments, you Cheeto Dust keyboard warriors, Reddit lords, don't worry about what I just said. Why do you have such low strength, bro? You need it for Gloom. Well, the funny thing about you saying that is, we kind of don't. Oh, just letting you know, I am stacking it with Boreal's Contempt mod on my Guandel Prime. That's why I have Guandel Prime equipped. So, and you can see I have no pit on to reduce the damage. But anyway, yeah, you guys are probably gonna be like, oh, but you need more strength for Gloom, so you get more life heal. But let me tell you this, I've tested that. I have tested it with higher strength, with keeping that high strength, and it completely freaks you over, since it slows down the damage that you're taking. Yes, you're getting more lifesteal, but that energy is gonna run out a lot faster, and there's a higher chance of you running out of energy because of it. Especially when this build is when this version of the build is focused around Razor Wing. Now, the thing about Boreal's Anguish and Boreal's Hatred, we're not going after the main effects. We're going after the secondary effect, or the mod set effect. Reduces damage by 60% when airborne. And you're probably gonna be like, well, I can just use Aviator if you want as well. You can actually, if you want, but there's a higher chance of you dying. Also, another reason is because Aviator and the mod set stat actually stacks with Thorn's damage redirection. You're still taking full damage, and it's still giving enemy full damage. It's just that you're taking less damage to the health. So it calculates, oh, you're taking more you're taking the same amount of damage, but you're also doing that damage back to enemies. It's really hard to explain, but you'll get what I mean now. I'm gonna spawn them, just gonna pause AI so I can use my second ability on one. So I can get the Thorns buff. Grab that, so I get it. Boom. Unpause AI. Razor Wing. I'm just gonna wait for them to kill my Razor Flies, which is gonna be really easy for them. Yeah, my Razor Flies are all dead now. Now they're gonna focus on me. I don't have to do a single thing. You can see right there on the top right hand corner of the screen. My health is not dropping below 900. I am standing here doing nothing. All my Razor Flies are dead, as you can see in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. Now if you feel like, oh, I feel threatened, I need to reset my duration, go ahead. Grab it. You're good. You're good. You're set. Now the best thing about this version of the build, you can easily take this into level cap steel path, and you're probably gonna be like, what? Now the only game mode that I recommend that you don't use this on is Disruption. And then you're gonna be like, why not? I mean, it's pretty tanky. This build is very tanky, as I can see. But it's because there's a less amount of enemies, especially when you get into the level, cap. And so, the one enemy that you're gonna be fighting also is gonna have a nullifier burst bubble burst that will deactivate your abilities instantly, especially when you're trying to focus on it. Plus, the damage for Dex Pixia wouldn't scale as well against the Disruptors, since they are a lot stronger than Acolytes. Don't get me wrong, this build's strong, like very strong. Well, not strong, but very tanky and all that. But you're gonna have to still watch your screen. I know how I lovingly call this build the AFK tank build, but this build is more recommended for like hordes of enemies. Hordes, using it in absolute hordes. And also this build, the AFK time is capped at about 2 minutes, since 120 seconds, 60 seconds equals a minute. You can at most be gone away from your keyboard or controller or Nintendo Switch. I don't care what platform you're playing on. At 2 minutes best. Well, especially 2 minutes. I mean, you can't really. Plus, you're still gonna need a few seconds, like 15 seconds, to reset the duration on the ability. Get get that back, and there you go. Don't really have to worry. Don't have to worry about a thing. Don't have to worry about a thing. I'm just face tanking this crap. Now, another thing I would appreciate them doing if they were to buff Titania by giving, if they were like gonna go with the off meta tank build, please give Titania extra aggro, cause like, especially like if you're like, you can set in code for like if you're using this ability in that way and you're taking give it extra aggro, please. That would actually help the build. Please give extra aggro to Titania, especially since, you know, the razor flies, you know, they draw away a lot of attention. Well, I mean, yeah, but this build works very well. Don't have to worry about anything. I can just stand here. Ooh, I'm gonna fly around a bit. Stand here. Oh, by the way, if you want to find out how I came across this build, I can tell you right here, right now. It's because I was thinking of doing this build on a completely different Warframe. The frame which, you know, Gloom comes from, Sevagoth. I was thinking of pairing up Sevagoth with Parasitic Armor to take away his shield, so I take direct damage to health. And I was also going to use the unchanged version of Retribution. Now, Retribution's old function was whenever you took any sort of damage, not just to shields, to health, including health, any type of damage. If you took it, there was like about 75% chance of you doing electric damage back. And now that was quite good, but it kind of got changed because of that. Now, the build wasn't all too different from this, except I didn't use any reduced damage when airborne mods. I just used adaptation and more armor mods, as well as using Retribution. But then I realized, wait, why am I dying? And then I'm like, oh, they changed Retribution. They also did that when shock absorbers were changed. That's also when they nerfed damage reduction, so you couldn't, you know, 100% damage reduction, take 100% damage reduction anymore. So yeah, this is the build. Anyway, another announcement is I will be making a video on how to get like just certain mods in general, like mods in general. I will also be making a Steel Path gameplay video after this video is released. So yeah, see you guys then, and have a great day out there. 10 out.